I was literally almost done with that. I was doing my reading recommendations, and I was almost done with everything. You know, I showed the books. I was like, I gave all the updates. Then I didn't do the quick channel update type dealing, and then it bugged on me. iPad storage full. I really hate this iPad. I don't know what it is. Like, I know I have 5,000 books on Marvel app, on Kindle app, especially on the Marvel app, because not too long ago, they gave you every single Black Panther book for free when unfortunately he died. That was very unfortunate. And so Marvel, like the nicest thing Marvel has done in years is on their app. They gave you it was single issue, so like this, not like this, but these fit into here, so you still got like this basically, but it was just single issues. So because of that, because it was 500 instead of 50, it ate up a lot of storage. Although I think the books would eat up more storage. I don't know. But speaking of which, okay, so quick channel update. I'm gonna book this two books this weekend, one per day, one Saturday, one Sunday, and it really pisses me off because while it's a series I like, it should have been at the library. But I did get the volumes, and they gave me volume 2 instead of book 2. So both the librarian and I, the one that does the ILL books, we both said, yeah, they're probably going to give us volume 2 again. So let's not do that. I'm glad I got it. It's just kind of like, what if they did have it? Because the same thing happened with Walking Dead, and then when I was more specific, I got what I was looking for. So, but like with Batman, I think I tried it again. I think there was another one I tried it with again, and there was actually a Spider-Man book, that Clone Saga book 2 was supposed to come in this week, but I got the wrong book. So, yeah. I wonder why they just like completely give me the wrong book. Like at least with the Ex Machina, it makes sense. I got volume 2 instead of book 2, but I got the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Prelude instead of complete Clone Saga book 2. It was so weird. Like you would have thought at the very least they just would have gave me book 1 again. So Outcast, volume 6. Maybe one more of these before I have to buy it myself, or wait, which I am going to do, or wait because volume 8 just came out. I doubt it, but it might be a second printing. But I think the series is actually still going. This series is really funny because I didn't see it at all. I asked for the hardcover and I got volume 3. It was weird. Same thing again like that. But I double checked and they had volume 4, and I felt really stupid about it because I don't even know if I looked it up. But Sex Criminals volume 4, damn good series. Deadpool volume 7, Axis. This one, like with like with Magneto from last week, came in very quickly. It was a week later from when I solicited it, so I gotta get used to that. Oh, and look at that! They increased the price. It used to be $15.99, so 35 to 40, and 6 issues for $17.99. This recent? It feels like it wasn't. I mean, it feels like it was recent, but I don't think it was. I mean, of course, it ran for a long time. Second printing, yep, makes sense. 2016. It's funny, it was when the movie was coming out. Chew volume. I don't know why I'm being so specific about it. Volume 6, damn good series. That one's. I mean, I already did my reading recommendations for it last time, but damn good series. Ghost Rider Volume 1, Spirits of Vengeance. Long story short, I write down the ILLs on my phone, again, interlibrary loans, so they get it from different libraries. And you don't have to go to a different library. They can just have one library, all of the books. And I wrote down Ghost, and I was like, what the hell is that? Why didn't I just write down Ghost? I confused myself. I think like I thought I would, just like I thought I would. It was Ghost Rider. I was like, oh. And this is all new, all different. But I like the character. I liked when he was in the lesser renowned Avengers run by Jason Aaron, which I hated. I didn't hate it. It was bad. I didn't like it. I did like the Robbie Reyes parts in it. Cable and Deadpool Volume 2. You already know how I felt about the Volume 1 of Cable and Deadpool. And this one I'm giving a second chance to, Nameless. I'm just gonna try my best to finish it. It's Grant Morrison. I didn't really like it. I thought it was too convoluted, and it made me regret getting Invincible. So, although that was before I gotten it. It was a long time before, right? Was it? I don't know. It's not well renowned as a good book either. Goodreads has it at 3.5. Alright, so now let's do reading recommendations. I have a new phone. It's my my phone I used to have before I upgraded to the 6. But my iPhone 6 is acting up with a SIM card, so I have to use this for now. Okay, so last pick, Volume 3. I didn't like that I showed the screen. I had to make sure there was nothing there that you guys can hack into my phone or to see any personal information. But no, it's just writing down the books that I read. All right, last pick, Volume 3. This is a series that's very hard to recommend because while it's a damn good book, and while I do recommend it, it's also kind of like it's very you can tell who it's written for. It's not obnoxious with it, but you can tell that it's written for like young adults. So it's kind of that age range. Age range? I feel like I'm saying that wrong, but that age, So, but I still do recommend it. It was still a book that I thoroughly enjoyed, and I did recommend it. And then I gotta check this now. I just wanted to find it in settings to see if I could, because this shuts off itself and it goes to sleep mode. I wanted to find a way to not do that. I would not do that. Wonder Woman 1984. I actually did enjoy. It's one that I'm still glad that I rented it because of the fact that it's 2.5 hours, and I don't know when I'd ever want to watch a 2.5 hour movie again that I just seen. And I feel like it kind of feels like a waste of time for me. But I did enjoy it. I think, and I get their criticisms wholeheartedly. It kind of is like a man bad, woman good movie, but not too obnoxious. It's definitely a lot worse, like not like Captain Marvel. Yeah, Captain Marvel did that kind of sorta, but definitely a lot less obnoxious. Actually, Birds of Prey comes to mind. I think of that. It's a lot less obnoxious than when Birds of Prey was. I would recommend you see it if you know that I got bad reviews and it's like a terrible. Everyone hated it. I would still say go see it. It's not like a super crowd pleaser. Oh my god, it's the best movie. No, it's good enough. I saw it at the perfect time. In a day. It was like a long day, and I just wanted to watch the movie, and it was perfect for when I watched it. Dial H for Hero. Funny enough, they don't have Volume 2 on intro loans. They had Volume 1, but Volume 2 is like, just like she literally said, I don't even think we have it in Brent. So, not gonna come in, and I don't care. I didn't like Volume 1 of that. And it's a new 52, Dial H. I just thought it lost its steam. It had a really good setup, and then the conclusion, climax, whatever the hell you want to call it, was just like, they completely shit the bed with it. It was like, what the hell is going on? Like, you could have gone one way, but you went this completely stupid route. They didn't need to make it so convoluted. They could make a simple story. And that's what I would have wanted. You don't have to make it like, oh, let's exceed expectations. No, you didn't have to do that. And I did. And I didn't like it. X-Men Volume 3. No, sorry, Volume 2. It's broken. It's a Brian Michael Bendis series. I will not be getting... I don't know if I'll be getting Volume 3, because after Volume 2 comes Battle of the Atom. But with all new X-Men, I just have to read that Guardians of the Galaxy crossover, Trial of Jean Grey, which I have on my Kindle for free, because it was a Prime reading one. So, that, I just gotta read that, and I can get back on Guardians and back on all new X-Men. With Uncanny X-Men, I have to read Battle of the Atom. I'm like, nope, not gonna do that. And I didn't really like it either. It got a bit too wordy at times. But not too wordy. Like, it's like borderline, like, it's borderline wordy. Like, too wordy. Like, it just got there, because there's a lot of dialogue. But it wasn't, like, obnoxiously so. Green Arrow Year 1. I thought it was okay. It was good enough. I'm definitely glad that I didn't go ahead and get a bunch of Green Arrow books and I had that $1.99 sale, because I wonder if I'll even like the character, except for the Mike Grell run. I'm sure I'll like them. Hopefully, because it's got the omnibus. We'll like the Mike Grell run. But everything else, I feel like it's gonna be too. It's gonna give me the Green Arrow I probably don't want. I liked the like the writing for the character, I just didn't like. I just felt like the story was kind of like it's kind of basic too, but it wasn't like I didn't hate it because it was basic. I didn't hate it. I liked Green Arrow Year One. It's just I thought it was kind of basic. I guess I don't know. I don't know what exactly it was that I hated about it. It was definitely a lot more faster paced as it went along. I just felt like it was kind of like a I guess you could say it was a basic cliched story. Magneto, Volume 2, like they could have picked a better story for his Year One. Is my point. Like Batman, they picked the perfect thing for that one. Same thing with Robin. I've still not read Batman Year One. That's the next book. It's the next book I'll be reading when I finish those library books for the day. Because I read one of each. So after I'm done with that, I'll get on Batman Year One. Magneto, Volume 3. Volume 2. I already solicited Volume 3. It's a damn good series. It's a lot better than a lot better than it has any right. Not again. It's a lot better than it has any right to be. Because when you think of like solo characters stories like Gambit or Magneto or Rogue or Storm or anything like that, you think it's gonna be a complete complete cash grab. But it's not. And the best part about Magneto is, for the most part, it seems like you can just start with that series as a whole, without. You should know a little bit about the X-Men. You can't go in totally blind. But if you know enough about the X-Men characters and haven't read every single X-Men book prior to that, you'll be just fine. Same thing with a lot of these books. Cable and Deadpool Volume 1. Other than the pacing and the fact that it feels more of a Cable book than a Deadpool book, I did like it. It's just, again, the pacing is off, and it's way more of a Cable book than a Deadpool book. Like, Cable takes too much of the spotlight for his story and the feel for Cable than it does for Deadpool. And I guess because it's called Cable and Deadpool, you would think the first build character would get the most, screen. Not even like he gets the most amount of screen time. They do. Part of it is even. Half of it's Cable, half of it's Deadpool. They meet. It's enough of each character, but it's just the tone of the book is more Cable than Deadpool. That's what I'm trying to say. Essex County, the boxing. There was like a bunch of books, and there was a big one. There was a bunch of little stories in them. The best one was Tales from the Farm, which is ironic because it sounds like it'd be the most boring, but it was so good. And I love that the character makes appearances in the other books, and also, well, not every other book, but most of them, and that he his wife, because it's written by Jeff Lemire, and Jeff Lemire's wife made him an action figure of that character, like a little toy of that character, which I found that was like really cute. That's like that'd be so funny if like I made a character or I should say like it's kind of like if Chris Claremont's wife gave him like a bunch of X-Men toys like that she made herself. Same thing like that. So and then the other one, the one that was the worst one was the boxing one, because it was more about boxing than the characters. And what's funny is that in the same book, actually almost right before it, there was one that dealt with some guy's life. He was an old man looking back at his life, and a lot of it had to do with his hockey career. But it focused more on the character than the hockey. So it was like character first, hockey after, and then in the boxing was the complete opposite. And because I have no interest in boxing, I found it to be very boring. But it was thankfully it was short. It was like a word I can use. There's a word that I don't know what the word is for it. Gumballs was awful. That was that weird one that I knew nothing about, except for the fact that I got a good review on Goodreads. And Goodreads seems to be filled with SJWs. Not completely, because you will, when you go into the reviews themselves, you can look up, like, specific reviews, and you will see, like, real people reviewing it, not just people that are just like it because it's inclusive or anything like that. Yeah, I completely hated that one. Hellblazer, thank God it's the end of Thank God it's the end of Jamie Delano's run, because I did not like that. I liked a lot of it. Like, a lot of it was good. It's just that last few stories were kind of and that very, very, very last story made no sense. I did not know what was going. I knew what was going on. It made sense what was going on, but there was like a twist at the end. I had no idea what was going on, and the character, cause there's like a character he turns into a dog, and he knew John Constantine from way back, or Tyne. No, it's Teen. No, it's Constantine. I think, I don't know, but he knew John Constantine from it's Teen. He knew John Constantine from way back in the day, and I don't think I ever met that character before. It was just weird, too weird for a Hellblazer at least. Lazarus Volume 2. So much better than Volume 1. It's so funny that how much I liked it more, how much more I liked Volume 2 than Volume 1. And I will continue, definitely I'm going to continue with that series. Yeah, damn good series. Transmetropolitan, just as good as the rest of the series. And Teen Titans was the worst. It was New 52, and it's so funny because it's everything wrong with New 52. They changed too much about the characters. The characters weren't like what they were before, even the ones that had similar, like, traits and backstories to the other characters. It was still did not feel like the characters. Everyone was written so weird that they're kind of written like Cassie Sandsmark is written like a complete asshole character for no reason. And she wasn't like that in the Jeff Johns run, at least. Which I think of taking partial inspiration from, because she was part of the team back then. I don't know if she's ever been in the Teen Titans before Jeff Johns run. And it was just like, it was too convoluted. The dialogue was awful. Like, a lot of the lines were like completely bad. Like, it was so bad. Like, it was completely like unfunny, and it was just like, it was lame. I think that's the best way to describe it, is that it was lame. So let's go through them again, and I'll do a final update thing. So last pick, Volume 3, I gave like a 9 out of 10 of a complete series. It was so damn good. I highly recommend that series. 1984, I give like a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10. It was good enough. Dial H, I give like a 5.5 to a... No, I give a 5 to a 5.5. It was not that great. Like, it was average. X-Men, I give like a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10. It was good enough. Green Arrow, Year 1, I give a 7 out of 10, good. Magneto, I give a 8 out of 10, great. Deadpool, I give like a 7.5 out of 10, it's right between good and great. Essex County as a whole, I would give like a 7.5. Gumballs, I give a 1 out of 10, completely awful. Hellblazer, I give a 7 out of 10, because I did like a lot of the stories. There was just like that last review, those like kind of filler issues before Garth Ennis' run. Lazarus, I give an 8 out of 10. It was great. Transmetropolitan, I give the same score. And then Teen Titans, I give like a 3 out of 10. It was way below average. So yeah, again, tomorrow and Sunday you'll be seeing unboxings of those 2 books I'm getting, which I kind of hate that I got them, even though I really hope they're not available. I want a confirmation they're not available. And I don't want to solicit. I don't want to solicit the book either, because then I know the whole series is available. Although their book 5 seems to be the hardcover version, so I wonder if they even have it. But it wasn't sure. But there was two selections for that, and one, it was from a library that didn't have it. So I wonder if that's the one that they're getting it from. But again, I got Volume 2 instead of Book 2, so maybe that would happen again. I don't know. That's it.